We don't have too much read, but you know.
Are we taking turns?
Yeah. 35 to 41.
As evening came, Jesus said to his disciples, "Let's cross to the other side of the lake."
I have something different. Yeah, so 36?
Did you say 30, Mark 4,
35
Yeah.
to 41.
35?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
Mark 4, 35.
And
Start again.
As evening came, Jesus said to his disciples, "Let's cross to the other side of the lake."
And when they had sent away the multitude, they took him even as he was in the ship. And there were also with him other little ships.
And a great windstorm arose, and the waves beat in the boat so that it was already filling.
That is so.
38, right?
Read it again. I didn't see.
And a great windstorm arose, and the waves beat into the boat, so that it was already filling.
38.
But Jesus was in the stern asleep on the cushion. And they woke him and said to him, "Teacher, do you not care that we are about to die?"
And he arose and rebuked the wind, and said unto the sea, "Peace, be still." And the wind ceased, and there was great calm.
And he asked them, "Why are you so afraid? Do you still not have faith in me?"
And they feared exceedingly, and said one to another, "What manner of man is this, that even the wind and the sea obey him?"
Wow. Even the what? The wind and the sea obey him. Somebody read 39 and 40 again.
And he arose and rebuked the wind, and said unto the sea, "Peace, be still." And the wind ceased, and there was a great calm. And he said unto them, "Why are ye so fearful? How is it that ye have no faith?"
How is it that you are what?
No faith.
Ouch. So, you are made to understand that Daddy doesn't sleep or slumber. So how come he's sleeping here in the boat? He doesn't sleep nor slumber. But here, we hear that he's sleeping. But how can he even sleep when the sea is so boisterous? You know, it's like boiling. And do you know why the sea was boiling? Because the bastards, all the marine spirits were so angry that Daddy is working on them and crushing them. And that's why they rose up against him. Wow. But, so he got up. He rebuked the wind. He rebuked the wind and said, "Peace, be still." Wow. And the wind ceased. And he said to them, "Why are you so fearful?" Wow. Is anybody here fearful about something? So why are you so fearful?
Because I have no faith.
Yeah, it's
You
true.
have no
I have
faith.
no faith.
Good.
I don't control the situation.
Huh?
I don't control the situation.
Yeah,
You don't control the situation.
part of it too.
Okay.
Should be controlled.
Was it last week or the week before you said fear was the opposite of love?
Mhm.
So it means I'm deficient in love.
Good.
And it equates to faith also.
Mhm.
Because faith is love.
Yeah. People think, people have been made to know that the opposite of love is what?
Hate.
Hate. But spiritually, it's not so. The opposite of love is fear. It's fear because you don't fear God, and that's why you fear. You see? So Satan just takes advantage to bully you because you have no fear of God. So you rather hate daddy instead of loving him. Wow. So why are you so fearful? Let's go to Exodus 14, 21 to 22 or so, and see something.
Then Moses raised his hand over the sea,
Mm.
and the Lord opened up a path through the water with a strong east wind. The wind blew all that night, turning the seabed into dry land. Wow. So the people of Israel walked through the sea on dry ground, with the walls of the water on each side. Wow.
Look at this. You turn your right, there is water, you turn your left, there is water, and you are between the waters.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
Are you going to be terrified or not?
Yes.
If it were you, what will happen to you? You're walking with mountain of water on your right hand, on your left hand. And what happened again? The sea ground is always wet. By this time, the ground wasn't wet. Wow. So how come they managed to pass through? And therefore, why did Daddy say, why are you so fearful? You have seen my works earlier on. You still don't know who I am. Wow. So this is what he was telling them. You have seen, I've healed people, I've delivered people of demons, I've done this, I've done that, and you still don't know who I am. Wow. All right. Somebody also read Joshua chapter 3, 14 to 17.
And it came to pass, when the people removed from their tents to pass over Jordan, and the priest bearing the ark of the covenant before the people, and they that bear the ark were come unto Jordan, and the feet of the priests that bear the ark were dipped in the brim of the water, for Jordan overfloweth all his banks all the time of the harvest. That the waters which came down from above stood and arose upon an heap very far from the city Adam, that is beside Zaratan. And those that came down toward the sea of the plain, even the salt sea, failed and were cut off. And the people passed over right against Jericho. And the priest, I'm sorry, where did you say to read to?
14 to 17.
17. And the priests that bear the ark of the covenant of the Lord stood firm on dry ground in the midst of Jordan. And all the Israelites passed over on dry ground until all the people were passed clean over Jordan.
Wow. I'm giving you this series of water crossing in order to bring you to somewhere. All right, somebody read Daniel chapter 3, 19 to 27. Daniel chapter 3, 19 to 27. Daniel chapter 3, 19 to 27.
Then was Nebuchadnezzar full of fury, and the form of his visage was changed against Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Therefore he spake and commanded that they should heat the furnace 7 times more. Then it won't be heated. And he commanded the most mighty men that were in his army to bind Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and to cast them into the burning fiery furnace. And these men were bound in their coats, their hosen, and their hats, and their garments, and were cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Therefore, because the king's commandment was urgent, and the furnace exceedingly hot, the flame of the fire slew those men that took up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. I keep forgetting where you say stop. I'm sorry.
27.
And these 3 men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, fell down bound into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Then Nebuchadnezzar the king was astonished, and rose up in haste, and spake, and said unto his counselors, Did we not cast thee men bound into the midst of the fire? Then answered and said unto the king, True, O king. He answered and said, Lo, I see 4 men loose, walking in the midst of the fire, and they have no hurt. And the form of the 4th is like the Son of God. Then Nebuchadnezzar came near to the mouth of the burning fiery furnace, and spake, and said, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, ye servants of the Most High God, come forth and come hither. Then Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego came forth of the midst of the fire. And the princes, governors, captains, and the king's counselors, being gathered together, saw these men, upon whose body the fire had no power, nor was a hair of their head singed, neither were their coats changed, nor the smell of the fire had passed on them.
Wow, that's amazing.
See that? So we've seen water crossings, and now we see fire crossing. So what happened to Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? It's called fire crossing.
You receive. This is in the trust.
Wow. So the waters, who passed the waters? Who passed through the waters?
Israel.
Are they human beings or animals or what?
Human beings.
Good. So all the 2 waters we see that human beings pass through. Who passed through the fire also?
Shadrach, human beings, yeah.
Okay. So all this is to tell you that Daddy is in control of A to Z in existence. And this is what he wanted the disciples to understand. And that's why he had to make like he was sleeping, to test them where they were at. Whether they will choose to believe him or they just want a miracle. Still, they saw a miracle. See, God is a God of miracles. He does the impossible. Look at the crossing of the fire. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, there were how many? How many were they? 3. Yet, Nebuchadnezzar saw how many?
4.
4. Wow.
I receive.
did you know that Daddy can be your secret visitor? He is always visiting those that belong unto him. So this is a reassurance for you to understand that there's nothing impossible for Daddy to do for you. The problem is with us because we have not learned how to depend on him. And not only that, we have not learned how to believe him totally. We have also not learned how to truly have faith in him. There was some time ago I defined faith for you. What did I say about that? That faith is a what?
True moral conviction.
Huh?
Moral
True
conviction.
moral conviction that
Good.
God is true, real, alive.
Mhm. It's a moral conviction. What does it mean by moral conviction?
Persuaded. Absolute persuasion.
It's absolute persuasion. You see? Because here we are, the Israelites, first of all, are before water. On the left and right, they cannot cross. And Daddy comes in, uses a human being to hit the water with a stick. And the water says, yes, sir. The water obeyed. Wow. You see? This shows that if God was able to do that, what is too difficult for him to do for your life?
Nothing.
Mhm.
It's too difficult for you, Daddy.
You see? So all that I'm giving you is about faith building.
Amen.
What is impossible for Daddy to do? He brought them to a place where they could do nothing on their own. They couldn't swim. I mean, you want to swim the ocean that stretches like from here to downtown Seattle. Wow. Even if you are a best swimmer, I believe you probably sink in the middle. Wow. But Daddy always has something that you don't know. He always has something for you that you don't know of.
Thank you, Daddy. Thank you for stirring up the-
He's just waiting on you. See? Now, somebody go to Isaiah 43. Verse 2. Isaiah 43, verse 2.
When thou passest through the waters,
Mm-hmm.
I will be with thee.
Whoa.
And through the rivers, they shall not overflow thee.
Mm.
When thou walkest through the fire, thou shalt not be burned,
Mm.
neither shall the flame kindle upon thee.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I receive.
Again.
When thou passest through the waters, I will be with thee.
Mm.
And through the rivers, they shall not overflow thee.
Mm.
When thou walkest through the fire, thou shalt not be burned,
Wow.
neither shall the flame kindle upon thee.
Oh my goodness. You see, we have talked about water and fire. And that is bringing us back to Old Testament where he is even comforted us with this. You see that? Isaiah 43:2. So whenever you find yourself in difficulty, in any kind of twisted situation, go and read this. Okay? If you feel alone, if you feel what? Daddy just wants you to know that He is in control of everything. Whether it's an element of fire or wind or storm or whatsoever. He said, when you pass through the waters, what will happen to you? I will be with you. In other words, as you are passing through the water, He will make a way for you. You see? He said, I will be with you through the waters. In other words, He will make you even walk through the waters and your feet will not sink. Wow. Say, I will be with you even through the rivers. You know, rivers do what? They flow faster and sharper. I remember I was going to Oregon and I drove all the way through, what's the name of this place?
Salem?
No, I went through I-90, passing through the Tri-Cities. Yeah, then went down to...
Pendleton?
You were going to Bend, right?
No.
Pendleton?
Yeah, Pelton. Yeah, but I went through, I was trying to go to there was a university far in there, I forgot the name.
In Oregon?
No, in Washington here.
In Washington.
Yeah, I was going to some university, I forgot the name.
Whitworth?
Like Gonzaga or something.
Oh, Gonzaga,
Yeah.
Spokane?
So from there, I said, oh, let me go through Oregon and so forth. Now, you see the Columbia River?
Columbia?
Yeah, Columbia River. The place that I was driving, there was some wind that was blowing so hard I could feel the car like it was getting off the road by itself. Wow. But instead of being afraid, I said, Daddy, I'm your baby boy. Take pity upon me. And let this wind, let me pass. I said, Daddy, let this wind allow me to pass. So Daddy made it happen. Wow. It was a strong wind in Columbia River. So you see, if you learn to make Daddy your A to Z, believe in Him, learn to trust Him. Because He's in control of everything. So He said, when you pass through water, I will be with you. When you pass through the rivers, I will be with you. And that the rivers will not even overflow you. Wow. When he passed through the fire, I was still be there. And he showed by who? Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. How come a fire, heated 7 times, and even the very air from it burnt those who put Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in it? Wow. The fire could not singe one bit of their hair even.
Amazing.
So if Daddy says He is with you, you gotta believe it and take it for real. See? Now we see how he's in this boat with his disciples, and they say, suddenly something happened. Wow. They say a great windstorm arose. A great windstorm. That it just allows Satan to just display and just shut him down. See? That he allows Satan to display his nonsense and shut it down. So easy. Wow. What is your windstorm? What are you going through in life that you are so afraid that daddy becomes far away from you? Say, and the waves beat the boat. You see, so in other words, their boat was so rocky. The boat was going up and down, up and down. The water was trying to capsize it. And that is where they became what? Afraid. And they remember that, oh, maybe Jesus can help us. Let's go wake him up. Wow. But sure, they took the right decision to go call daddy. And that's how daddy wants us to live. Say in all situations, he shall be with us. So it is us who usually make the wrong decisions. Sometimes we think, oh, daddy is slow to hear. So we will not even go to him. If even we'll go to him, we'll do it in such a way that it doesn't show any respect to daddy. It's like we want him to do our will. See? But when I encounter this storm like this, I believe that what I had gone to do near that university that I was talking about, Satan was angry. So he met me with that storm, with that strong windstorm like that, coming from the Columbia River and shaking my car like it was paper. And I just cried to daddy, please daddy, I'm your baby boy. Let me pass. Wow. So you got to cultivate a relationship with daddy to such a degree that you will keep growing up, not growing down. A lot of times we don't keep going up because our enemy traps us in the middle. When they see that we are growing up, they trap us. And we get what? Dislocated on the road to daddy. You see? Because they can see you. They know what you are doing. They know that you're getting serious with daddy. So they have to bring you down so that you'll be like them. Because they don't want any human being to make it to heaven. So they will always bring distractions and anything they can use. Wow. So many people sit on the daddy's feet to learn of him, yet nothing enters their hearts or their minds. It's like they can come to service, hear everything, you go home, and it's like the enemy has stolen what you learned or what you heard. Wow. Has it happened to anybody?
Yeah.
Good. Because he's always watching. Satan and his idiots, they are always watching us. They don't want you to grow in daddy so that you become stronger than them. See? I had a big fight last night. We were fighting with swords. To the extent that parts of their sword nearly pinched my how do you call it? My right bottom. Yeah. You see? It was just like this. Then I turned a certain way and their sword went another way. But every sword I put out, I made sure it hit them. You see, it was a huge fight. Because it's like they are so angry. You say, why do you teach people the truth? You say, these ones, they used to be ours. We want them back. And I saw about 2 or 3 of you, your faces, what they had done to you in the spirit. So I was trying to save you. And that's where the fight started. You see? So I used my sword that you are giving me. I used it very well. And they were trying to fight back. That's why they were trying to paralyze me. But Daddy was right there to help me.
Amen.
Wow. Come on, give it to me. I always tell you, you don't know what I do for you. So you just see me like, maybe nothing.
No, sir. No, sir.
Yeah, because I don't like blowing my horn or letting you even know, but it's just by his mercies. There are some things that Daddy does himself. There are some things he makes angels do. And there are some things he makes people like me that he has chosen for special purposes do. You see? So we all have a job to do. So when there are things that I can do, he will not let angels do. He will make me do it. Because he is giving him the strength enough to be able to do that. And he has tried me several years, and by his mercies, I've been faithful and conquer. You see that? Yeah, that's why I'm always trying to lift you guys up so that you can have a true love relationship with Daddy. It's a love relationship with Daddy that will bring you spiritual victory. You see that? Love, build that, cultivate. If you don't know how to do it, say, Daddy, please cultivate my heart.
I sing that song all
Good.
the time.
Good. Don't stop.
I sang it today at work.
Really?
I need the help, the deliverance.
Good. Keep establishing
Bombarded
your
all day long.
I know, it's a war.
All day long. I'm having to sing that song.
Psalm 56, 5 and 6. All day long. Let thy kingdom come. Let thy will be done. Reign in me, O sovereign Lord. Reign in me. I'm starting to cultivate you. But you put the effort too, so that Daddy can cultivate you. Put in the effort that you want a close love relationship with him. So that he can make you like me one day.
I receive it.
where you can fight in the spirit and be able to prevail. So which human being can prevail against demons? They are spirits, stronger than human beings, and you can't even see them. So how can you even fight them? You see? Yeah. So I'm glad that Daddy, just chose some of us and equipped us so that we can do stuff like that. So, like I'm telling you, there are some things Daddy does, or Angel does, or some of us. You see that? Yeah. But Daddy has to be the one who has made you so to be able to do it. You try it yourself, you die and go to hell. So don't try to do what you can't do, okay? Wow. Somebody go to Psalm 66. Psalm 66. Let's try 10 to 12. Psalm 66.
For you, O God, have tested us. You have refined us as silver is refined. You brought us into the net. You laid affliction on our backs. You have caused men to ride over our heads.
Ouch.
We went through the fire and through the water, but you brought us out to rich fulfillment.
Whoa. Again.
For you, O Lord, have tested us. You have refined us as silver is refined. You have brought us into the net. You laid affliction on our backs. You have caused men to ride over our heads.
Okay.
We went through the fire and through the waters, but you brought us out to rich fulfillment.
Whoa. To where?
To rich fulfillment.
To where?
To rich fulfillment.
Okay, if you don't like Daddy, I receive. In other words, if you can receive any real deal, let me put it that way, from Daddy, you will go through tests. You go through his tests. See what he said? Read it again.
For you, O God, have tested us.
Okay.
You have refined us as silver is refined.
Wait. You have done what?
You have tested us.
Mm-hmm.
You have refined us as silver is refined.
So with this test, it is because he wants to refine you. See that? Some of us, he allows the bastards to beat us mercilessly to see if we can still hold on to him. You see that? Because he wants us to understand that he is a holy God who hates sin. And therefore, you can't compromise him with sin of any kind. You remember the last time when we did the 6 or 7 things that is an abomination unto Daddy in Proverbs?
Proverbs 6.
Yes.
Good, in Proverbs 6. See?
Lying tongue.
Okay.
Sowing discord amongst the brethren.
I asked you guys to do a paper on it,
Yes.
and most of you didn't bring it. I think only 1 or 2 brought your paper. This is part of the test. Daddy asked me to tell you to go do that thing and bring it. And you did it. Only 1 or 2 did. So you think you passed your test or you failed? So these are simple things like this. When I ask you to do something and you don't do, you might think, I forgot, or maybe it's not important to you. But like I was telling you on Sunday, you guys have been what? Made into Daddy's new covenant. He has taken you from the old covenant that the enemy put you in. You are in his new covenant. So why are you disobeying him if he is your God? You see?
I thought you just want us to go over them and then see where you failed that day, and then.
Yeah, but you were to write it and send it to me.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, what do you want to do? You know, sometimes when I tell you to do something and I don't ask you again, I'm just expecting you. Okay, so why didn't you break? Huh? You see? This is part of the disobedience that he is testing us through. You see? You know, because you have to learn how to set or make daddy a priority in your life. So everything that I tell you, take it to heart. Let it be like a conscious something again for you. You know, something that you can take it out of your body. I'm trying to find simple words and not use big words. You see that? So just make the effort to do them. When I ask you, do this, I need it this day or that day, it's for your own good in the end.
I agree.
It's not for me, it's for your own good. See? That is the chancellor of this university. No, I'm the chancellor. Daddy is there. What can we say about you?
I thought you said Johnny was the chancellor.
Yeah, Daddy is
You're
the
the
chancellor.
professor.
I'm just a professor
Yeah,
here.
you're the professor. Daddy's the chancellor.
You see? So he oversees this university. And you are very fortunate to be in this university. He's teaching you what will make you be with him one day. So, Rhoda, go ahead and read again. He said, first of all, he's testing us and what again?
For you, O Lord, have tested us. You have refined us as silver is refined. You brought us into the net. You laid affliction on our backs.
Wait. You brought us where?
Into the net.
Good. In other words, he allow you to get trapped into something. What else?
You cause men to ride over our heads.
You cause men to ride over our heads. Wow. In other words, you will let people hate you or do you bad without you knowing that is daddy doing it. You might think, oh, it is just ordinary human being doing something. What else?
We went through the fire and through the water.
Wait, we went through what?
The fire and through water. But
The waters are difficulties. You might lack this or lack that. You will ask daddy and daddy won't give it. You will deny just to see whether you can persevere. You can keep on asking. You can keep on following him. You can keep on obeying him. You can keep on keeping on. Wow. What else?
and you brought us out to rich fulfillment.
See, when you pass through all these tests, what you have in the end, it's a glorious thing. Wow. But if you don't like his taste and so forth, then of course you will never prosper in him.
You're only to increase in me.
And you will never make it to heaven. Because human beings, we are so rebellious, we want our way. And we want God to even do what? Even succumb to our wishes and desires. Wow. So we put ourselves too much in program. And what else?
That was, you want me to read 13?
No, 10 to 12.
That was it.
That was the end. Oh, okay. Wow. You see that? Read one more time.
Sure. For you, O God, have tested us.
Mm-hmm.
You have refined us as silver is refined.
Mm-hmm.
You brought us into the net. You laid affliction on our backs.
Ouch. You laid what?
You laid affliction
Afflictions.
on our backs.
So it's not all afflictions that are for bastards. Sometimes Daddy lays them on our backs. He makes us go through certain afflictions. Wow. Have you forgotten? He says, I God, I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Satan can never do this. Satan cannot kill and make alive. He cannot wound and heal. He is a one-way ticket. He only knows how to steal and destroy. So it takes Daddy to rebuild. And that's why we can't deliver ourselves from what they do to us. It takes Daddy to reverse their works. Wow. See the difference? It takes Daddy to reverse our. And the same Daddy who can reverse our works, we refuse to obey him. So who you got to help you or deliver you? You see that? Wow.
You have caused men to ride over our heads.
Oh boy. You caused men to rise over our heads. Yeah. He can make men bitter against you for doing them nothing. But you would know that is Daddy doing it. He can use that situation to test your patience, your kindness, your understanding of how to deal with things generally. See? So he puts us through all these situations just to test us, in order to refine us, cut all the junk of Satan out of our lives. Wow. And what else?
We went through the fire and through water.
We went through the what?
We went through the fire and through water.
Oh my goodness. We went through the fire and wow.
But you brought us out to the rich fulfillment.
Wow. You know, when you're going through the fire and the waters, what are the fires like? And what are the waters like? I've told you a lot about the waters. It's like difficulties, lack of this, lack of that. It can be lack of wisdom even, lack of knowledge, lack of understanding, all these things. Wow. See that? We put you lack. And the fire, whatever you do, will not be appreciated by people. That's when you go into the fire. You can do your hearts out, but people will reply you with wickedness. That's a fire that it makes us go through. Wow. So you see, but he does all these things not because he hates us. He says every child that he receives, he disciplines, he scorches you, he drains all the junk of Satan out of you. So he makes you have a bitter taste for things of Satan, so that you can leave them behind and choose his. Wow.
Beyond words.
Yeah. See, you go to a situation that you have no power of to do anything. And what will you do? You just cry out to him and say, Daddy, please be merciful unto me. Be kind and gracious unto me. Take pity upon me. Because a lot of us, we don't know how to use even these words to go to him. You gotta know how to beg Daddy for everything. But the motive and the kind of expression that you take to express yourself to him is very important. If you are the proud kind, you definitely say it in a proud way. If you are humble kind, you definitely say it in a humble way. But if you are meek and contrite in spirit, wow, your way of doing it will reach Daddy faster than everyone else. Meek and contrite. Contriteness. Wow. Go on.
To 13.
No. Okay, read the 13. Let me see what's there.
I will go into your house, burnt offerings. I will pay you my vows.
Okay.
Which my lips have uttered and my mouth has spoken when I was in trouble.
Ouch. Has anybody done something like that? See? He said what? Say it again.
I will go into your house with burnt offerings. I will pay you my vows, which my lips have uttered and my mouth has spoken when I was in trouble.
Wow. Oh, Jesus. So these are some of little secrets that you can learn. Sometimes when you are even in difficulty, you say, Daddy, I know I'm helpless and I can't help myself. But I want to do this sacrifice for your holy and righteous name. See? So you can purpose in your heart and your mind that, okay, I know I don't have money, I don't have this, I don't have that, but I want to give this to Pastor because he's your representative. And Daddy will look and see the heart you are using to do it. You see? And he will accept it on your behalf. Because say, what you've done to this, you've done it unto me. See that? Add the 14.
Which my lips have uttered and my mouth has spoken when I was in trouble. I will offer you burnt sacrifices of fat animals. With the sweet aroma of rams, I will offer bulls with goats.
Whoa. I'll do what?
I will offer you burnt sacrifices of fat animals. With the sweet aroma of rams, I will offer bulls with goats.
Okay. So where is my goat? Oh, thank you. Wow. So learn to open your heart. Be a giver unto Daddy. Okay? Daddy wants us to be givers. Because God is a giver. Because a lot of us, we don't even test him with our giving. No, we always concern, oh, I don't have enough. I don't have this, I don't have that. If your mind is always limited to that, you'll find yourself becoming more poor than you think. Because you don't want to open your hands to Daddy. So who's going to bless you? And you'll keep and you become impoverished because there will be no God to give you. Wow. So this is very important for us. That's why I say when you go through the fire, I'll be with you. We go to the rivers, I'll be with you. So Daddy is with us always, checking our minds and our hearts, how we do things and how we reason for His holy name and glory. Okay? All right, let's go back to the Mark 4 we're reading. So read the 39 and 40 again.
Mark 4.
Yeah, 39 and 40, read it again.
And he arose and rebuked the wind, and said unto the sea, Peace, be still. And the wind ceased, and there was a great calm. And he said unto them, Why are ye so fearful?
Why are you what?
So fearful.
Okay.
How is it that ye have no faith?
Whoa. So Daddy just saw them fearful. But how did he know that they didn't have faith? Wow. Read the 41 also.
And they feared exceedingly, and said one to another, What manner of man is this, that even the wind and the sea obey him?
Even the what?
Wind and the sea obey him.
See? In other words, there is no situation that is above Daddy. There's no situation. So you think your situation, God cannot come in and make it better for you?
Yeah, absolutely.
You see, Satan will always deceive us and make us think otherwise about Daddy. Satan and his witchcraft idiots and other ranks, they will always come and deceive us and make us afraid to yield and to give to Daddy. You see? Because every time we want to do something for Daddy, we look at the consequences of how am I going to replenish what I've given or what I've done or whatever. They will make you think and be in confusion. See? Because Daddy doesn't sleep nor slumber. By here, he pretended like he was asleep. In a boat, how can you sleep? When the boat is so small that you are fishing. Wow. Yeah, but Daddy did this just to help us to understand that He is in control of everything, whether things of nature or whether things of human beings. He alone is in control. He alone is the answer to every problem we have. Wow. So take that and eat and go bring children out of it. Do you understand that adage?
Bearing fruit.
Good. Go and make children out of this message, okay? Because Daddy will always bring you into something just to test your faith. Whether you ditch him along the line, or say, oh, he doesn't even love you, or he doesn't care about you. Wow, who told you that he doesn't care about you? He just does things by we have faith in him. See that? So faith is so important. You see that many of the deliverances and the healings he did in the Bible, he say your faith has made you whole. Your faith has done this and that. Your faith, your faith, your faith. So Daddy wants us to grow in faith. That's why he taught us the faith ladder. Because he said, without faith, it is what? Impossible to please him. Because you can't, that is a spirit. You can't see him face to face. And that's why he wants us to have faith in him. And you know that faith is moral conviction. When you are totally persuaded that yes, God is true and real. But the enemy will always come and shape doubts against you. And you will not know where you belong. So, the opposite of faith is what? The opposite of faith is what? The opposite of faith is what? Is doubt.
That's what I said.
The enemy will always fight you with doubt and fear. Because he doesn't want you to love Daddy. So he will fight you with doubt and fear. Wow. And he will always make you sit thinking of your nature. So, well, take this message, go and work on it, and let it bring fruit to your life. In Jesus' holy righteous name. Thank you, Jesus. And maybe I have to caution you here. You see, when you are a true child of God, everywhere that God's true children meet, whatever we do as unto Daddy, to bring him glory. So, if I didn't even tell you that we're taking some videos or something, as you see that a video is going on, you shouldn't reason that somebody outside will see you or hear your voice and come on to you. This is for the glory of God. It's not for other human beings to mess you up or do you anything. So you think that he is not able to protect you? Or he will make you people just see you and laugh at you, or for what? If you're Daddy, you are for Daddy. You see that? So open up yourself and stop making it as if, it is for a shameful thing. Because that is, if you are shameful about him, you will see the same before the angels of God. They will see you like that also. You see, so it's you who it will affect one day. So stop thinking that way, okay? And allow yourself to feel free. Let's enjoy God the way you should. Don't let taking videos affect you. Amen. It is for the glory of God. When we manifest like this, it's Satan that gets ashamed. It's not you, even the human being. See, that's why TV Joshua and others, they take photos and all that. It's for the glory of God. Anybody who laughs at you by seeing you, Daddy punishes them without your knowing. See? But as you have the faith and the love for Daddy, this thing should not be anything to you at all. I wanted to just keep quiet and keep going, but Daddy wants me to speak it. That's why I've spoken it. So stop fussing around, making as if it is some crime. Okay?
Amen.
So let's stop this.
Thank you, Daddy.
Next week, I'll bring a tripod here and take everybody video. All right? Let Satan be ashamed, not Daddy.
Amen.
All right, get up, let's do something.